everybody. This is the spring food forest tour, or tour of our yard. A little video before things really take off in the summer. This is a super dwarf banana, or super dwarf Cavendish. It only gets about 3-4 feet, 2-3-4 feet tall at the crown. This one, let's see how thick it is. So this guy should fruit this summer. That's going to be really cool. This is dwarf Cavendish. This is the kind you buy at the store. I do have a bunch on it. I'm going to come look at it. And it has some blossom end rot, which is disappointing. I guess this variety is susceptible to it. You can see the ends of the bananas just rot. And that really cuts back the number of bananas you harvest. And then this is dwarf red. It's really cold sensitive. And then these are calabaza squash as ground cover. They do have some powdery mildew that I should treat with something. I think copper fungicide. And then this is Rajapuri. It's an Indian variety from India. You can see that messy rachis or blossom on it. And then this is the calabaza squash. And you see the squirrels are chewing on it. And then there's papayas. I think I might get rid of that one with the really long fruit because to me they have a spicy flavor that I really hate. But I like these kinds, these round fruit. I really like those, they're super sweet. And then this is a double Cavendish banana, so supposedly it makes up to 2 bunches at a time. So the stem comes out and it just kind of splits in 2 or 3, or whatever. This is Tithonia diversifolia, that's looking sunflower. I like Tithonia diversifolia better. Another papaya tree. This is a dwarf papaya tree, and actually my favorite. It's super good fruit, and it's a dwarf, so it only gets maybe 7 feet tall. And then there's a dragon fruit that we have to rescue from the weeds and grass. And then this is an SH3640 banana. And then this is another dragon fruit I have to plant. You can see it's just exploding. I have new growth everywhere. Really excited to plant that. I just don't know where. And this is the 1,000-finger banana. I did have it growing over there, but it was kind of a runty plant and it wasn't growing well. And there's pineapples, coconut. I don't know how that'll do here. This is a green II banana. So it's the exact same as the variegated II. It's just green. So it grows faster, it's more hardy, less susceptible to disease and stuff. This is a Puerto Rican or PR Murado. You see the red trunk, very beautiful banana tree, also cold sensitive, so I don't know how that'll do here. And then this is an FHIA Mona Lisa, another good banana that does really well here. And then this is an avocado I need to graft. Kind of overwhelming because it's just literally grown like 3 feet in the past couple months. So it's just getting bigger and taller and harder to graft. It's going to take like, instead of 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to take like hours. And then this is a Paul Namois banana. I really like this variety. It has very large bunches. And then this is Orinoco or burro banana. You can see there's a little bunch up there. This is the first generation tree, which means this is the one I planted. So those bunches are always smaller. And then this is the pup that came up, so this will make a much larger bunch. And then this is Virupakshi. It's another Indian variety. It's also called hill banana. It's a variety they grow in India. And then this is dwarf Brazilian. See, it made a small, very small bunch. And then there's a young pup there. And then coming around this side, this is a dwarf Namois. raw. I haven't tasted the fruit yet, but it should fruit soon, and I'm really excited about it. It's just a dwarf version of the tall Namwa. You can see it's short and fat and thick. You don't need to prop these guys. They'll have a massive bunch and they'll be bending over, but they won't break. They're super awesome variety. You can see I have a nice pup here. Over here. This is FHIA3 Sweetheart. You see it sent out a little flower there. I don't know why it flowered so short. They're supposed to get 10 feet tall. This thing, 5-foot fence here. That guy's about 6 feet tall. But it has, I peeked under here and there are some bananas under there. So we should get to taste it. And then, oh, I forgot that one. That's a Pasang Salon. And it actually has something, maybe a disease, I don't know. I think this might be BSV or banana streak virus. This variety is susceptible to it, unfortunately. And in that case, I'd have to actually take this whole plant out. And that'd be really sad, but I hope that isn't banana streak virus. And this is praying hands. Bananas are fused together like this in the separate hands. So instead of the loose-fingered Orinoco, or the loose fingers, the individual hands are fused together, so it's super cool. But this guy is like a Saba. It just gets huge. It's actually related to Saba. And then amidst all the weeds, we have a Pakistan mulberry tree. Now this is a tissue culture we purchased from Wellspring Gardens, and it looks really good, but I think tissue cultures take a super long time to fruit, several years, maybe up to 5-6 years, as opposed to a cutting, which can fruit in its first year. So we may end up grafting it, or replacing it with a cutting, or something. I don't really know what we'll do with this. And then this is a very old avocado tree. It's about 10 years old. And again, I need to graft it. I'm so overwhelmed. And I need like 5,000 scions to graft it. But, and then pineapples over here. I don't know how they'll like it under here, but just kind of trying to use all of our space here. We do live in a very small yard. Just an HOA yard. Typical. Super tiny. So we're really packing everything in here as much as we can. You can see this avocado tree actually has squirrels chewing on it. They just chew on the branches. See right here, they just did that yesterday or the day before. They just chew on it, and then you get this fungus, disease, whatever, going into those injured areas. And then we have this fungus on here, black fungus. I don't know what it is. Our neighbors actually have an avocado tree, and it's like really sick looking, and it has this fungus, and I think our avocado tree caught it. So I have sprayed copper fungicide a couple times, but I think I need to spray it more. I need to get on top of it. This is a passion fruit vine, and I'm going to get a trellis for it soon. It's just crawling over everything. And this is cranberry hibiscus, and this is a seedling sugar apple. You can see it's coming out of dormancy. Looks great. I don't know. It may flower. I'm not so sure. I really hope it does, because we've never gotten fruit except for bananas and mice or raspberries. So I'm really looking forward to getting fruit, sugar apple, avocados, mangoes, loquats, whatever. And then this is a mango tree, a seedling. I'm going to graft it with our neighbor's tree. I think they have anyway, they have, it's like the kind of long, thin mangoes. I'll probably remember it later, but I don't right now. More calabaza pumpkin squashes. That was weird. More calabaza squash. We got a couple more there. And then we have a little bamboo thing here I set up for the native, or the solitary bees. So they can just go in there and make their nest. And it's a good place for them because they're right in the food forest where hopefully we're going to be getting some flowers on all our fruit trees so then they can pollinate. And apparently when you have more bees present, you get up to 40% more fruit. So that's definitely worth going through a little work to set these up. Now we have a moringa tree directly behind there. Malanga or taro. Stonia, the Rosifolia. There's some sugar cane there. Cassava. There is a loquat tree I need to graft. I don't know. Let me know the best varieties for Central Florida. And it's getting bigger and bigger and harder to graft. And then here is a pigeon pea. Nitrogen fixing. Katuk. Here's another dwarf red banana tree. And this area was actually not getting too much sun, but we got up there and trimmed our oak tree, letting it a lot more sun. That was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. Oh, just went right on past. We have these tomatoes here. They just grew. And then more malanga. Our malanga are covered in these white flies that suck the plant and make it weak. That's the reason we grow most of our malanga at our community garden, because there's no white flies. But if you know a way to get rid of white flies, please let me know. We've tried Castile soap, we sprayed it, and they went away and then they came right back. So, looking for maybe more permanent method. And then this is a Celeste fig. This is over a year old. We started it from a little cutting, and it's grown. Well, it's been growing slowly up until now, because it was getting a lot of shade from that big branch that we cut. The branch is like right over here. So we got rid of that branch, and now this fig tree is getting more sun than it can handle, and it's drooping a little bit. Deep stress. More lemongrass. Another loquat. There's that tomato seedling that the squirrel dug up. And then here's a chaya tree. There's a yam that rose up out of the ground. We desperately need wood chips in here. I don't know, maybe you saw over there, but it is bare dirt. We need wood chips so badly. Jackfruit tree also was not getting very much sun. Now it's getting a lot more. Really excited about that. Hopefully we'll get fruit in a couple years. And then there's there's some milkweed back there. Every single year, the monarch butterflies will destroy that plant. But every year it comes back. And I really like it. It's been there for a super long time. Just keeps coming back. Then here's starfruit trees, seedlings I need to graft as well. I think we're going to go with Wang Tongue starfruit, because it's a nice dwarf tree. Large, whitish fruit. Here's a citrus tree. It just sprouted. I might graft it. And then here is the real blue java banana tree. The tall namois is often called ice cream or blue java, and that's completely wrong. This is the real one. It's actually related to Orinoco. It looks like Orinoco, the fruit shape, except it's actually has a pretty blue tinge to it. And I am getting some pups here. There's another one, little baby right there. And here's a nematode-ridden papaya tree. Again, we really need wood chips. Then this is the sand throughout Florida. Catch that? It's so dry and crappy and stupid and all that. So the papaya tree, and then this is our beautiful Mysore raspberry plant. I actually noticed we are getting our first ripe berries here. So, this is ready. Oh, that came right off. It has a little bug on it, I think. Well, we don't care about bugs. So I got a stupid, conniving dental piece of crap in my mouth. So I can't really chew right now. So I'm going to give it to the cameraman to try. Oh, man. It's good. It's good. I think there's another one. Yep. Cameraman. It's good. Thumbs up. Hands in the air. Okay. See, we have flowers, and then fruit, and then we have some more fruit starting to ripen. This is pretty productive. First year, it's really produced. Last year we planted it, and then our neighbor actually pressure washed his fence, and the plant got covered in bleach, tore up, pulled out of the ground, but it's made a very good recovery. You see all those new canes down there. And I'm expanding the grow of Rancho raspberries. So you see, I stuck a cane in, buried it in the ground, and it sent up 3 new shoots and kept going. And I stuck it down again, and that's where we're gonna have to stop it. But now we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 plants, and I stuck another cane down in here, so that'll be rooting out soon. I want this whole little area here to be Rancho raspberries. There's some calabaza squash. There's about 8 in here, 7 or 8. Here's another super dwarf banana tree. And then walking back here to Tall Namois Heaven. See, we have 2 bunches, a large bunch and then a more small bunch. And then actually on these banana flowers, I can find one. There's this really sweet liquid on here that's really good. I guess that's another reason to leave male flower on. I like it, and then the bees can eat it, and you can have nectar. And literally, it's like the ground down here, you can see, is wet with banana nectar, as they call it. You can see all of these new suckers coming up. It's literally as thick as a 5-gallon bucket. And then here we have Tithonia diversifolia, Mexican sunflower, chop and drop, big banana trees going here. And then more Tall Namois. There's one up there that should be done soon. What? Almost stepped on a ribbon. Okay, another Tithonia. I have to talk over this fan. Here is Katuk. And I just chopped it down because it was really tall and leggy. You see there's little seedlings and stuff popping up. And there's some ferns and whatever that's called, I'm sure you know. Not edible, however. Now we're going to go look at the garden, the annual garden. So here we are at our annual garden behind me. But first, there's a papaya tree here I cut down because it was shading the mango tree in the morning. And I planted a little longevity spinach plant in the trunk and sliced the trunk a little bit. So, it's kind of cool. And here's another papaya tree. This one has very large fruit on it. And then we have a volunteer tomato seedling, or tomato plant, that we're trellising up the papaya tree. I don't know if that'll work or not, but we can try. And here's a little, these have little peppers. It's a beautiful plant right now. Absolutely, I mean, we've never, stink bugs. So, we've never had we've never had a pepper plant get this big before, and it's loaded with flowers, so it's exciting. I have some more peppers here, cilantro going to seed, some cabbages, dill, oregano. We planted an oregano in this cinder block hole. That's working really well. Some beans, bush beans, I think, more there. And then red cabbage. And this is a collard plant. More cabbage there. And then here's some. It's the Swiss chard, and then the stuff that's like it.
Spinach?
It's something spinach. I don't remember them. Then here we have kale, more beans, sweet potato starts, roselle coming back from last year, tomatoes, zucchinis, chaya cuttings over there that I'm rooting out, carrots. Let me grab some carrots. We've pulled most of these, but I guess those aren't ready. That's why they're not harvested. But we have some carrots over here. That's a really massive one. This is an ox heart carrot, if I'm not mistaken. And we grow the really thick, fat ox heart ones. And we also grow a smaller, really long carrot. I think that's what's here. And then we have these tomatoes that do so darn well here. I think it's ones that we planted from the store. No, we didn't even plant it. It popped up right there, covered this whole trellis with like tons and tons of tomatoes, and it lasted all summer. So somehow we found a variety that does really well here. You can see all the flowers. We didn't even plant these either. They just came back from there. You see all the fruit and flowers. This thing is just covered with flowers. Plant there, plant there, plant there. So maybe we found a tomato variety that does really well here that we didn't even plant from the store. So that's kind of cool, because these are a lot bigger than the Everglades tomatoes, and they almost grow just as fast and well. See all those. Finish up some onions. I think those are leeks. More green onions, and then there's some sunflowers there. So I think that wraps up our tour. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.